So the new iPhone 17 range just dropped today and I'm excited, but how am I meant to be excited when I also just got this? Just a day before launch, I bought and built this calisthenics gym in my yard. I'm pretty excited about it. Just to be clear, I haven't done pull-ups for months. I'm trying to get back into it. iPhones! I'm at Apple in Australia having a special look at the iPhone 17 a day before it launches. You guys, I also bought this. And I'm gonna hang it up. I'm so excited to do this. If you don't know me, my name's Elly Awesome. I've been uploading nerdy tech videos to YouTube and social media for over 10 years now, since I was just a little teenager in my bedroom. And honestly, if you haven't heard of me, I'm not mad about it, because halfway through this journey, even though I loved sharing my thoughts online and talking to you guys, I realized halfway through that maybe I actually didn't want the fame of it. I initially went into it really wanting to take it all the way. I became a TV presenter, I became a journalist, I became an author, and I thought, oh, what's next? Radio? I don't know. But now I just want to live a comfortable, moderate, average life in the garden, as well as balancing it with my tech interests. And now, to be honest, I'm a little bit salty at the tech industry because it has taken a real turn. So what do I really think about the new iPhones? I think what definitely stood out to me most this year were the cameras in the iPhone 17 range. Specifically, what Apple is calling the center stage camera. But what that really means is, one, the selfie camera on the front is going to have a wider field of view. Secondly, it has really good stabilization, so if you're running, you're moving and filming a selfie video, it's going to look quite smooth. Additionally, Apple Intelligence, or AI, has the ability to help keep your face in frame as well, like right in the middle. But the most mind-blowing feature that is truly impressive is that now the iPhone 17s have a square camera sensor. I don't want to give you a lesson in camera sensors right now, but essentially this is what it can do when it comes to the features of the phone. So if I were to take a selfie right now, it would look like this. But like I said, it can also do a more wide angle view now, which is so cool for fitting more people in the frame, or just not having to hold your phone so far away. It's also just great in terms of like content creation, because sometimes you have to hold your arm out really far, but now you don't have to because it's so wide angle. But this is where the square sensor comes in. Usually if you want to take a horizontal selfie, you'd turn the phone like this, so you could fit more people in frame or more things in frame. Or, I mean, so I can film like a YouTube video instead of like a vertical short or something. But now there's just a button I can press. I press this button down here, and it turns into a horizontal YouTube style video or photo. I can just tap vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. So you're not only just holding the phone the same way and getting two different options where you usually would have to do this, you don't anymore. You just hold your phone as is. I lost my train of thought, bitch. I guess I just wanted to say that's just mind-blowing and so insanely useful, and not many cameras and devices can do that. That is alone enough for me to want to upgrade to the iPhone 17 series. As someone who uses iPhones so much for the cameras and the quality of the software behind them. We've also got this feature up top where you can choose to auto zoom or auto rotate. So if you turn these on, now if someone were to jump into the frame with me, like just walk in from off camera and poke their head in to like jump in my selfie, this would actually readjust the frame automatically without you even pressing buttons to be wider or horizontal or whatever. So obviously it's very privileged to be able to be invited to an iPhone event and test their devices every single year. But I want to tell you that along the way, I realized how this privilege is affecting the way I can report on phones to you. Like, all of us tech reviewers usually get a new phone every single year. We're always using the new phone, which is why I specifically have been rocking the iPhone 13 mini for the past full year, 2024 to 2025. The iPhone mini came out in 2021. So I feel like I can really tell you what I think about the iPhone 17 from someone who is using a pretty standard iPhone. In addition to that, one of my favorite phones of the year is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. And I also really like the new Google Pixel Pro 10 and the Nothing phones. Because I've been using all these phones and an iPhone 13 mini comfortably, I actually wasn't like, whoa, iPhone, can't wait. I wasn't like chomping at the bit for these. But I will say, when I walked into the event, started holding them, started playing with them, I definitely started getting that excitement back. But then also I just like unlocked the phone. I was like, oh, it is still an iPhone, like low key. It's like the same. If you're thinking, dang, you're a nerd, but this is your backyard. Yeah. This is what technology has done to me. Nah, just kidding. I grew up in a leafy backyard, and my whole goal was to live in a leafy backyard when I grew up. Basically, my whole life has been a 50-50 split between outdoors and tech. That's how I like it. I love both. This is gonna be so cool. Guys, I'm not equipped. Live translation is another feature that I'm stoked to have on the iPhone 17 range. Have seen heaps of different translation features on other phones, and it's not necessarily an iPhone thing, but they're doing it really well. I got to have a demonstration at Apple of how this works by having someone speak to me in French. I was using AirPods Pro 3 in my ears to hear a direct live translation, but also there are translation capabilities without the need for the AirPods. It's just that enables you to have like a full conversation where it's translating in real time, which I feel like people are not really mind blown enough about this. Like 10 years ago, I would have killed for this feature while traveling. It's so sick.
Moi, je viens, alors c'est une toute petite ville qui s'appelle Elly. C'est vraiment tout petit, c'est à côté de Paris. C'est à 1 heure de route de Paris en voiture.
Small town called E next to Paris, an hour from Paris. Is that what you said? It's working. Very impressive. And we know there have been translation apps for a long time, like Google Translate as well, but it's essentially baked into the iPhone 17 range, and they've done a really good job with it. Next up, I love that the iPhone 17 and iPhone 17 Pro have fast charging now. In just 20 minutes, you can charge your phone to 50%. But there is a caveat, which no one's really talking about. I think you do need to use a 40-watt charger. So when you're looking for chargers, if you buy one that says 40W, that is essentially a fast charger. But what happens is not all phones are compatible with fast chargers, but now this one is, and it's also capable of charging quickly. I'm not kidding when I say I've wanted one of these since I was a kid. I am in the tree. Moment of truth. This is what all the hard work was for, boys. Just saying that for the meme. If you were ever wondering where all my ad revenue is going, it's into shit like this. I know it's not a good proximity, but fuck it. I haven't even really tested this for myself yet, but iPhones now have up to 120 hertz refresh rate, which means that when you scroll, when you play games, everything will be extra smooth, less lag. Honestly, other phones have already had this 120 hertz refresh rate feature before iPhones, but it's really great that we're seeing it on iPhone, and it's a seriously awesome and welcome feature. Oh, also on the Pro phones, all of the back cameras are 48 megapixel fusion cameras, which basically just means they're bloody incredible. I already love the cameras on the Pro phones. They're excellent. So with this upgrade, it's front and back camera recording, like this dual recording where you can use the front facing camera and the back camera as well at the same time. Mint. Now this is a feature you can get using external third-party apps, and so many other phones can already do this, but it's now on iPhone, so it's seamless, it's easy, and it's so handy, especially as a content creator. I'm gonna pick up the iPhone 17 Air for the first time. Also, blue, gold, white, black. That black's nice. Oh, it kind of floats in the hand. Other notable things is that the iPhone 17 baseline model just seems excellent this year. Like, it got a bunch of quite pro features. Even though it's the baseline iPhone, the most basic, the most simple, it's really good now. It also honestly feels quite lightweight in the hand, but still very premium. So I loved that. And it's got its ceramic shield, so it should be pretty tough. iPhone 17 Air, which I haven't really spoken about yet, was the most awesome thing to pick up and hold. It's insanely thin and lightweight. I love that. However, because it only has one camera, it doesn't really appeal to me as much because I love like all the cameras for content creation. And arguably the iPhone 17 baseline model is kind of slightly better than it for that reason. Apple did an amazing job with it. It's something that you should just pick up for fun. It's like they took the battery out of the iPhone and you're just holding like a display. Like, it's just freaky how thin and lightweight it is, but it's kind of like the middle tier model. So I don't know if it's really worth it, but if you just want that and that works for you, I can see it being a device you would love. In terms of things that didn't impress me, there was really only one thing I noticed, and that is this year in the Apple event keynote, they mentioned there's like an anti-reflective coating or something on the phones. When I took my new iPhone 17 out into the light this morning, outdoors in the garden, didn't notice a real difference. It's still quite reflective, so I don't know. So I've come home with an iPhone 17 Pro Max, which I've never really dailied a Pro Max because it's just so big for my tiny little hands, but I am keen on the battery life and content creation on that. And I came home with the violet iPhone 17 baseline model, which I think honestly The baseline model is really powerful and excellent. And I got the new AirPods Pro 3, which I'm already finding are seriously awesome. But anyway, this is just day one, really. Beyond checking these out with Apple personally, I haven't used them. So if you have any questions, anything you want to know, I'm going to start dailying these for the next week or so to see what I think. If I don't update you though, pretty sure I'll be chuffed and happy with the features that I mentioned today. I do think it is highly possible that the iPhone 17 Pro will be the best phone or camera for content creators in 2026 and beyond. Hopefully I'm going to make a full comeback to this channel by 2026. And honestly, I want to do things differently because as someone who's been doing this for so long and has now crossed over into their early 30s as a millennial, like I have a lot of unique adult feelings about tech now. It's not just all sunshine and rainbows for me, and I feel like maybe you guys are feeling that way too. And historically, I've always been a very bubbly, happy person, and I still am, but I want to be a bit more serious and a bit more brutally honest with you because let's face it, at this point now, I wasn't born yesterday. So let's do this shit. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Whoa. Heck yes. Yeah, baby. I'm 32, bitch. This is everything I wanted and more, and oh my gosh, it requires so much more upper body strength than I would have thought. I'll see you soon. Please support the channel. I took such a long hiatus that I have no viewers anymore on here, so like, comment, bye!